In this video, we're going to go over the roof sheathing, give you an idea of how the roof sheathing laps or connects to the room addition or existing framing, whatever you're looking at. Now this roof sheathing here is actually sitting on top of the existing roof sheathing. The only spot where it will not be sitting on top is if you frame it with the hip fill method. So as long as you have a soffit, you can use this particular design here. Let's go ahead and remove the lower piece of roof sheathing here and give you an idea of how it's actually connecting to the roof. Remember, this is the soffit side. Here's the soffit. The roof sheathing will be sitting on top of the existing roof sheathing or the plywood sheathing, either way. So we can see here, here's the line that's going to come down here for the valley, and it's going to sit on top of the 2x6. And you can always, if you have something like this, you can always put a little fill in here. You know, let's zoom in on this. You can always just put a little block in here, cut a block in, but fill this area if for some reason it gets cut like this. Wouldn't be a bad idea to fill that area so you get a nice solid connection. Now let's take a look at how the roof nailing would actually take place. The rafters and the ridge, all that stuff is self-explanatory, hopefully. And the roof nailing here for the perimeter is going to nail into the roof fill board that connects to the existing roof and sits on top of the rafters. This is going to be your perimeter nailing here. It's going to be in here, so you're going to want to be from this edge here, somewhere within an inch, I would imagine, nailing this area. And then wherever you run into a rafter, this would be a rafter break, a sheathing break. There's a roof rafter here. Simply put one nail into the sheathing, through the sheathing here, into the rafter, and then wherever the next rafter hits, then put another nail in here, and that should be enough to hold the sheathing down. If you want a little more security, I've seen people nail this, and you could always use some staples, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on that. We used to use staples to staple plywood sheathing together, plywood to plywood that didn't have any 2x4s or any type of support underneath them. So if you're just nailing plywood to plywood, staples might be provide you with an excellent way to attach the sheathing if you're looking for a little more support. The other side, you will have a jog here where the plywood or the roof sheathing butts up against the other roof sheathing and then does not sit on top of it. Let's go ahead and see if we can take a look at that. Here's the jog you would have, and it would be something like this. Roof sheathing sitting on top of the other sheathing, and then of course you would have to cut a little notch out here so that you could have the sheathing sitting half on the hip fill that you put in there, or the board that you used to create the illusion that it has a hip running out of the roof and no further. So again, this is going to be half on. Roof sheathing here is going to be half on. The roof sheathing here is going to sit half on. So to give you a better view, and you can see where the hip has stopped right here. This is the corner of the building where the wall intersects for the addition in with the other wall. And that's it for this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment area, and it is off to the next one.